Hello everyone, this is Mohannad from Python Ninja YouTube channel, and today we will learn together logical operators in Python. Logical operator in Python are considered as the couplers or the connectors between the conditions. There are four logical operators in Python, including AND, OR, NOT, and XOR. For AND, it implies that both conditions are true, and OR it is at least one, and not it like do reverse. For example, if something is true, it will become false. And for XOR, okay, we will notice that only one condition at max is true to have the result of a true. So these are the four logical operators that you can find them in any code, and usually we use them. There is no code, for example, or no complex code will be issued without considering these logical operators. Let us give example. For example, let us say that I have the first one, which is the first operator is the AND operator. Okay, and for AND operator, I consider the humidity, okay, as a variable, and for this humidity, I will say it is 30. Okay, now I use the logical operator with if condition. So if humidity greater than 30, and so look where I use the logical operator, and it is greater than 30, I mean the humidity, and a humidity, okay, less than 50. So I have two conditions, a greater than 30 and lower than 50. In between, I use logical operator. I need both conditions to be true to be achieved. Then I use and. Then I can print to the user a message that, for example, the humidity is good. Okay, and yeah, the humidity is good, and I can use else just to practice if else. And usually again, the logical operators are used, these operators are used with an if statement. Else I will say another print statement. I will say the humidity is bad, okay, or not acceptable. I do not need just to be more rigid in this case. Now, this is for AND operator, and it could be like greater than 30. Okay, now since it is like it is greater than, there is no equal. Okay, so if it is greater or equal and equal, and here it is like equal or sorry, it's lower or equal, then the humidity will become good, since we use equal between humidity and in the if condition. Now you want to shift from and to or. Okay, so we have or where or compound. I refer to them as compound or coupler between conditions. Instead of and, I will say or. So the humidity is 30, it will be good, and here the other condition doesn't matter, since we use only one condition to be true. So this condition now is true because of humidity equal 30. Irrespective to the next condition or the other condition, the program will not care. For example, if I will say the humidity is 100, which is low, which is greater than the next condition, the humidity still be good because of or operator, which implies that only one of these conditions should be true, and in this case I have this part is true because it is greater than 130, but the another one implies lower than 50. But the main problem here with or, and for to be rigid with this, we can use and again just to show that the humidity is very bad for that. Okay, and here the same thing we can use even with equal or without equal. And let us consider another example. For example, just not to speak and the humidity, just to more practice, let us to say that there is a temperature equal like 15. Okay, and I am in the Netherlands. I live in Leiden, and I think a temperature with like 15, 18 is not that bad. Okay, so if, for example, we consider if temperature greater than or equal 0, or temperature, okay, is less than or equal 30, I will say no, 0 is not good, like 15. Okay, I will print, okay, for example, good temperature. Okay, it's good temperature really, um, especially for the people who live in the no the one of the Nordics, the Nordic countries. Else, this is the other case. Else, I will show to the user that the sorry, that the temperature is bad. Okay, is bad. And let's execute this and it's good temperature. Okay, so the temperature is good because of the degree is 18, but if it will be, for example, uh, 0, it will go, I think the temperature, no, temperature here is greater, or this, because of the or operator, it will become also good. Okay, so we have the temperature here greater than 15 or the temperature lower than, so the temperature here, the first condition doesn't achieve. Okay, why? Because of the temperature is equal 0, but the another one is achieved because of the temperature is lower than 30. Okay, and 0 lower than 30, then it achieves the condition. If I will say, for example, if I live in Somalia or a country or like Egypt or a country in the Middle East, and sometimes the temperature exceeds 35, let's see how the bad it is, and it is still the good because here we achieve one condition. Okay, but if we move to the AND coupler and yeah, or the AND operator, this is really bad. Okay, even if I consider this with lower temperature, it will be bad. Consider that to pay attention when we use this operators and how we can use it. Now, for would let us to use this with like a logical, like, or with boolean. um, I have a variable that, or measurement that measure if the today the external environment is sunny or not. I can say sunny equal, based on some measurements it is sunny. I want to show to the user this is sunny. I say that if sunny, which is equivalent to if true, go to the previous tutorial to see how we use the if condition and different cases of if conditions. Okay, if it's sunny, which is if it's true, I will just say print. Okay, for example, I will say that it is sunny. Okay, and if it is not sunny, else it will be not. I will say print the negative, sorry, the negative of that, which is it is not sunny. Okay, let's practice this. And it is sunny because, yeah, the measurement told me sunny. It's true. And if I move to this to false, it will be not sunny. The last thing that I want to speak about is XOR operator. Okay, what is the XOR operator? XOR operator. XOR operator in general, if I have measurement 0 and I will say or 0, this will lead me to 0. Or if I have 1, not or, certainly, this is the operator. So 0 XOR 0 is equal 0, or false XOR false will lead to false. And positive or true XOR true, okay, will be also false. So, or will be 0. So I need to clarify that. If both, okay, are equally, like 0 XOR 0 or 1 XOR 1, this will be 0. But look to this, if 0 XOR 1, this will give me a result of 1, and vice versa. How can I use XOR? We use XOR, okay, remember this, we use the caret a character to represent the XOR. For example, suppose that I have two variables. The first one is A, which is like constant, like 30, okay, and I have the another one which is B, okay, and B will give me another measurement. So I have a constant, which is, for example, A, and we learned that usually constant represented in a capital letter, okay, then at a certain level, or at a different level of the program, we do some calculation which leads to this to similar to A. For suppose A is a temperature, let us use right character T. Then later in the program we found that the temperature is reduced to 28, and the task is to reduce the temperature. Then we can say print, okay, we can say, for example, print T caret T, and we'll see this, okay, is 2. 2 is equally to true. So if this will be 30, the result will be 0. And equally, a quantity 300 and 300, this will be 0. Okay, so 300 caret 300, consider that this is not the power. Okay, when we use this, it is not power of like, it's not like that, like this, a 300 power or a 300, okay, or to power of 300. No, it is the caret, it is the XOR operator. In Python we use the caret to express XOR. So any two numbers will lead the result 0, and if they are different, okay, then will give me any number irrespective to this number. So I know that I do not need this measurement to be equally. If they are equal 0, then I know that both are equally, and then maybe the sensor doesn't work or something like this in the system. So the real example of this, if you have like a factory and you fixed a condition, okay, for like a sensor measurement, to measure this by not to be 300, okay, and if this it changed and you do another measurement later and you find it's a 300, then no action can be done because the XOR is 0. But if the measurement changed, for example, to 299 or 290, then you see another value than 0, then you know here there is like a mismatch in the sensor function, on the functionality of the sensor. For example, many of examples I can introduce, but I do not need to spend more time in XOR. Just remember two numbers should be equal to have result of 0, and this is represented by using the current sign, okay, which is I introduced to you in this form. To close this tutorial, I want to show you how the logical operator combined, okay? So logical operators can be chained in one line. So if I have A, okay, equal 5 and I have B equal 10, I can say like this. If 5 equal A, okay, and I use double equal sign, remember to use double equal sign in if condition, otherwise you will give like value assignment, okay, not logical conversion. If 5 equal A, and this is valid, okay, and A greater than B, okay, so this is valid condition again because of the 5, okay, is equal to A, and A itself, which is 5, greater than B, which is 10, and it is not greater than, it's like lower than, it could be greater, why not? It's lower than, since 5 lower than 10, I can say, oh, print to the user like matched conditions. So both are matched. Let us to see if it works. Yeah. So I can, instead of saying like for if A equal 5, okay, okay, I can start with the a quantity like if 5 equal A, so both are equally, then, and okay, and if 5 equal A, and then I can do another what is next. I can start with the value, then the variable, okay, but this is not what I mean of a chaining operator. Here is a chaining operator. I can reduce this code to be one like this. So if 5, okay, equal A, which is true because 5 equal the variable, and without using anything but lower than B, so I combined both A and both conditions, this one and the another one, which is this one, using this form. So I use the value first, you then if it equal to the A, maybe it greater or lower, whatever you want, and I change this A because both are equally here, A and A, so I say lower B directly and see how the code is reduced. Okay, I will say the same of this. Okay, print, okay, matched code. So here it's look like them little bit reduced code and more professional, and this, by this way we can combine the logical operator. That's for today. We introduced in the previous tutorial if condition, and we add some flower by using the logical operator. Next, in the next 3 tutorials or 2 tutorials, we will introduce some exercises just to recap together what we learned so far. Thank you. Please do subscribe to this channel.